a caravan comes in, pulled by a cockatrice with a harness and a muzzle. I don't think Maud should travel with the caravan.
This is an ambush. Ambush territory.
That's not a bush, it's a tree.
Oh no.
This is my smudge.
Hang on, you...
I know this! This is from the Jack of Aces!
Welcome back to Tales Unwritten. It is the only tabletop RPG show that meets just as often as your home game. It's a month later.
Yeah, it's been a month.
You guys are on the road to Port Tarif. I guess from there we can just jump in. Like, you guys are on the road, you're heading down.
Yeah, we're following the trail. Like, obviously this wagon that, you know, we blew the wheel off of it, so it's leaving kind of a gouging track, and it's not able to travel super quickly.
You guys are following that track down. Martin is currently carrying Ran on his shoulder, I believe. I believe you flung him over your shoulder.
Yeah, whatever would leave at least one of my arms open for action. So either over one shoulder or just slung over my back.
You just dump them on the ground if anything happens.
This is true.
Or use them as a shield.
This is also true.
By the way, for anyone who needs the recap of who Ren is the youngest son of the kindly baker who took in Jesse's character Maud. Along with you is Billy, the blind donkey who is trudging along with you.
Yes.
And you guys are on the road and following these tracks. What are you gonna do?
As we're like traveling at I'd say like a fair paced march. Some of us probably a little more wounded than others.
I've got 8 HP.
Yeah. How are you faring in terms of traveling? Like, what, like, how are you carrying yourself right now?
I think Maud is like, I mean, she's pretty fucked up, but she's still able to stand, just kind of like trudging a little bit, like just emotionally, a lot of shit's going on in her head because we did not know Ren was here. Took a long time. I think if Billy wasn't there, Maud would have just let Ren die,
and been largely responsible for him dying.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're wounded? Like, are you just trying to like tough it out at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I would like to roll an insight versus your performance to kind of read this.
Cool. Okay.
12.
So 2.
All right. I can see that you are clearly in some form of distress
No, I'm
and
not.
wounded.
No, I'm not.
How does Maud try and cover up the wound?
Poorly.
Not well.
She's just kind of like
just inward, like shaking, like.
I'm fine. Are you okay? You look like shit.
Yeah, I'd essentially like, cause I am relatively like, you know, I'm wounded, but I am not necessarily super worse for wear. I'd probably like kind of like wander back to you because you're probably moving the slowest out of everybody with that.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
You're holding up all right as we're just kind of marching.
Yes. Are you okay?
Looking at you and trying to gauge the fact that you're just trying to put up a strong front right now. If you'd be willing, I could do with just a quick sit down, a quick breather, a rest. Anybody else?
Oh, if you want to sit, then I will sit.
Yeah, okay. So I think we
take
find
your
like
short
a nice glade somewhere like, you know, with a nice space to sit down and just chill, and we'll take a short rest because I have a lovely ability that bards get called Song of Rest. That during your short rest, I believe we may roll up to as many hit dice as we have levels to try to heal ourselves, but beyond that, you also get 1 additional d6, which I will roll, that you will all heal just during this short rest. You will get an additional 2 hit points on your short rest and may choose to roll however many hit dice you like to recover yourself.
Then I'll just fling Ren against a tree. Not forcefully, but just like, get off. Would you consider interrogating Ren to be a light activity that we can do during a short rest?
Absolutely.
Okay,
But
yeah.
you
So
can
if we're
absolutely do
already gonna have to be here an hour for you guys to patch yourselves up,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine. We're stopping for other people.
you are a worse liar than me.
I am good. I am fine. It's just a little hairball with like blood just comes out.
Right.
Don't be so down on yourself, Martin. You're a professional liar.
Tell me your secret.
All my secrets are lies. I told you this. Anyway, I'm after sitting Ren against the tree. I'm gonna give him just a light slapping.
Fuck, what?
Good morning, sunshine.
What?
Why did you attack Caravan?
Oh. Am I dead?
No, not yet.
Cool. Hi, Maud.
Hello.
Martin picks up the hairball. This is what you've done to friend.
I didn't do anything to her. You stabbed me.
You work with people
I told you not to show up. Okay?
Oh, okay. So this is my fault for not knowing what insane things you were doing.
I said don't. I said don't.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going to listen to you, you little
teenagers.
shit.
Fucking whatever.
That was inside me.
What?
I'm pointing to the hairball.
Oh, Martin throws it in frustrations. There.
Splat. Okay.
I'm stressed.
So what's going on? What do you need? What?
Why did you attack Caravan?
I was told to.
By who?
My boss?
Jack of Aces?
No, I don't. I can't. I can't.
You're not really in a position to keep secrets.
I can't not.
Well, your co-conspirators are either dead or currently on their way to the constabulary, so...
That's
No
doesn't
one
really
is
affect-
protecting you.
I can't.
Does it have anything to do with the symbol carved on your hand?
If
Do you want to roll insight?
So insight 23, and Arcana, as I'm looking at it, is a modified 20.
Okay. So
19
for
and an 18, damn.
nice. So yeah, then for that I'll just give you the whole kit and caboodle there. So yes, the mark on his hand is exactly why he can't say specific things, and you get a sense from that mark immediately that it is part of some sort of pact. It is basically a signed agreement. And if the terms of the agreement were to be crossed in some way, there might be consequences.
Right.
Jack of Aces has been workshopping this concept for a while, and only, I think, relatively, very, very relative to his length of life, only relatively has this come to fruition for him. And I'll even say, because you've been through Portar for a while, you haven't seen guys like this ever.
Yeah.
And you've seen goons on the road and stuff all the time.
Lots of gooning on the road.
Yeah, so much gooning.
They goon all up and down the place, but usually not this hard.
I kind of turn to Martin. I think I see what's going on here. The symbol on his hand is a sort of a arcane agreement, some sort of pact or bargain with either the Jack of Aces himself or some entity beyond him that has an accord with him. And it's stopping him from answering certain questions lest he be punished.
Martin pulls out his sword and just kind of rests it on the wrist above the symbol. I cut back over?
No.
Please don't do that.
We're not gonna do that.
I don't want that, please.
No cutting of hands. Okay?
I'd like to keep my hand.
I don't no hand tell truth or no truth hand.
Why do you need to cut off my hand if you already know things?
I don't know enough.
Okay, what is cutting my hand on? Don't.
If I cut you free from pact?
No, that's not how it works.
Okay.
I can say that part. It's not how it works.
See, we're learning the rules now.
Exactly.
Is it magic?
Yes,
Oh. Maybe cut hand then.
that part
Don't.
won't work. So
No.
cutting it off won't work. There
It's
must
not
be
just on my hand, it just is also there.
It's signature on paper. Paper still paper still exists.
No, it could be binding in blood or soul. It's hard to say with some of these things.
so
I'm not exactly well versed in curses. More.
How much you tell keep hand, how much you tell without cut? Because cut I will. I'll cut you.
I got you, man. I'll cut you.
I'll cut you.
This guy, he is crazy. You don't want to mess with him.
Are you good copping and bad copping me?
I am. I am the good cop and the bad cop because I don't know how to be cop, so I am both simultaneously.
And I'm just here to watch.
I love you very much. I'm going to kill you.
Oh, you like to watch?
Sometimes.
You creep.
This is the watch cop.
You little fucking pervert.
He likes to watch.
We're here for short rest. We got not much else to do.
I'd argue, but it's an apt description.
Okay, look, the things that I can or cannot say, I can tell, okay? I can tell when it gets close. It's getting a little close now.
Start with yes, no questions.
Okay.
What you stole, is it going to Port Tarif?
Don't think you can answer that one.
Damn.
Let me head this off here. I can't say anything that would compromise who I work for.
And that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we already have a lot of those answers.
Look, if he already knows about people that I might work for, why do you need to ask me about it?
How much did they pay you? How much were they going to pay you?
Yes or no answer.
No, I don't care about that. That's his rules, not mine.
I can say that. It doesn't matter. It's not. I'm being paid a wage. It's not per job.
You're on retainer.
Yeah, it's a consistent thing
How long?
until I die.
Is it monetary
But
compensation
going
or just
back.
the power?
The brand is telling me that's a little too much. That's a little too close.
His question or mine?
Here's-
Mine was, when did you first sign pact?
This week,
Oh, that's very recently.
the bakery's not doing well. Okay.
Yeah, no shit. You don't have to be a criminal to fucking.
Says who? Like,
Says her.
have you ever wondered why you have to go all the way to the city to get supplies?
Why?
We're getting boxed out by the fucking Cullen people.
We can handle it. It's not.
No, we can't. We can't. That's my point.
You could die out here. Nothing. If we asked your mother,
I
nothing
could
is worth
die
your
not
life.
eating. Okay. We could not have a home next week. For all I know, they don't tell me about the specifics of the finances, but I could tell it's not going well. Arn's stressed. Mom's stressed. And the Cullens are upcharging us for everything because fucking it's not your business. Don't worry about it.
It's my business. I know.
It's family shit.
I
Okay,
know
you don't have to worry about it.
I'm not part of your family. I know that. Okay, I know that. You think I exist up in the attic and I don't think about this? Nothing is worth your life. Family is everything. Your mother would not.
That's why
She would give up anything to keep you alive. And you're out here risking your life. This is not acceptable.
what do you care?
I care about your family. I may not be part of it, but you know, it's
You would have died, but not for her.
I almost died because of her.
well,
okay?
you know, it's actually Billy. Billy saved your life. So maybe be thanking this poor stressed out donkey. Is Billy here?
Yeah.
Look at Billy.
No, we lost Billy.
Look at Billy. Prefers all stress.
Billy trots up and just starts licking Ren's face. Okay, good girl. All right, thank you.
We'll take care of it, okay? We can do
What do you mean you'll take care?
anything else. Anything else.
It's too late. I've signed the contract. Oh, okay, that was a bit too much.
We'll get you out of it. Whatever it takes, okay? You just need to help us as much as possible.
Would you be punished for not honoring the contract if you were put in a position where you could not fulfill the contract?
Possibly.
We could send him to the authorities. If they put him in jail, he would be unable to commit any more crime.
I mean,
Are you able to say whether this pact is a lethal oath or not?
it can be.
If we put him in jail, they will hang him.
Not by my experience. Caravan robbery will typically...
Actually, very much by your experience.
Oh, really? Well, it depends on the authority, I guess.
Well, I already explained last session.
Oh, fair.
They don't really have much of a policing system with all the farmers. They kind of just do their own thing.
Fair.
You also seem like you can, what is the word? Talk yourself out of things. Look at this moody teenager. He's not going to convince
What the
anyone.
fuck does that mean?
Shut. Adults are talking.
Fuck you.
It seems like our hands are tied. If we don't want him to keep throwing himself into danger, he must be put somewhere where he cannot go into danger, and that's not home, that's in a prison.
Can I just go with you for a while, and we'll just figure it out later?
That does seem like the best.
Like, I'll walk. I don't care.
That would save my shoulders. I'm getting kind of sore.
Either way, I feel like we've rested enough, and at the very least, he can walk on his own now.
If you promise, no bullshit.
By the way, I was stabbed.
We'll get a band-aid.
No, I was stabbed, and I'm not anymore.
Oh.
Oh, we healed you.
No, you stitched you up. Battlefield medicine.
No, what do you mean there's no stitches.
I'm a very good doctor.
Metaphorically.
If I need to be.
Don't think too much.
Trust the love of your.
Ren's gonna
Why are you thinking
gonna
so
make
much?
a check. He has a +0 to this, so it's just here. I'll do it in front of the table. Why
Well,
not?
would it be against my skill or just
Sure, yeah.
how much the dice is?
Oh, that was 18.
18,
though, so you
pretty
better roll
good.
well.
Wow.
Natural 1.
What'd you do?
I didn't kill you.
Ren is keying into some stuff, but he's not. He doesn't feel like blowing up your spot right now, just because he's in a compromised position, and you threatened his life multiple times.
Right hand, I got you.
But Ren is sort of has his suspicions about you.
Yeah, Karna would get up from beneath the shady tree that he's sitting under, do some stretches, sling his loot back over his back, and we'd start marching again down the trail.
All right.
Toward, following the
What's
wagon
your-
tracks.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Okay. So your goal is to continue to follow the tracks.
Yeah, just
Okay.
to see where their either eventual meeting point or impromptu meeting point was going to be. Because at this point, they're probably going to have to ditch it earlier rather than later to not get they probably wouldn't be able to ride that thing into town without
Gotcha.
suspicion.
Ren is traveling with you. He cannot help you in any way in the investigation. Literally.
That's fine.
But Martin will take up the back of the group to keep an eye on Ren to make
Okay.
sure he doesn't break off.
Let's check in real quick with how Maud is feeling.
A little stressed.
Stressed. Okay.
I only thing on her mind right now is getting Ren out of the fucking contract that he has signed, and also making enough money that this is not an issue anymore. Because might get him out of the agreement. That doesn't solve the money problem at the bakery.
Right.
So a lot of stress on her brain right now.
Gotcha. He kind of sniped at you about family. Is that rattling around in Maud's brain at all?
There is. I don't know how much am I allowed to say. Unless
You're allowed to say whatever you want.
Okay. Maud has a history with family that makes her protective of other people's family, where she wasn't able to keep her family together, and so now, even though she's not part of Ren and Deb's, their whole thing, she's kind of an outside observer, trying to keep them together. She doesn't feel like part of the family, even though Deb has been so kind. Arn has been okay, and Ren has been actively pushing her away. She can't stand to see another family fucked up. She has to do something about it.
Gotcha.
On the travels, I would actually ask him a few things about the Cullen family,
Go
since
for it.
I'm sure that's something that he would be able to talk about.
Sure.
So the Cullens, I know they've been acquiring pretty much all of the farmland around there, and they've just been gouging you on prices for, I'm guessing, wheat and eggs.
Yeah. They've been trying to box us out.
Who have they been supplying then, if not you?
I mean,
other local businesses.
the tavern, people who travel in. A lot of people travel in from the north and go back. They produce a lot of their own stuff. They own half the half the town.
So why your family specifically? Have they been trying to acquire your business, or?
Roll persuasion.
14.
I don't think that's enough since he didn't open up to it about Maud. But, Jesse, if you'd like Maud to provide the help action here.
Ooh, I could get advantage.
So, how would Maud try and also persuade Ren to be forthcoming about this information that he is not deemed fit to tell you?
Well, she'd kind of like, she'd go to him and be like, listen, we're all in this together right now. And you can talk to us about things. I could tell him, or you could open up. It's okay.
Much better. That is a 21.
Then yeah, you got it now. Fine. They wanted Arn to marry one of their daughters, and he said no. He didn't like her, you know? Like, and also like part of the marriage contract is they own the bakery contract. It wouldn't be Little Dead's Bakery anymore. It would be the Cullen Bakery. And you know, Grandpa built the bakery with his own hands. He named it after Mom. She inherited it. She's been working on it, and they shouldn't own it.
I understand the ideals of the heart wanting what the heart wants. What's happened to families in the past that have had this happen to them? Similar situations, just kicking people out of their farms, kicking people out of their homes.
If you don't play by the rules, yeah. The Cullens are messed up.
It seems so. They're building an incest town eventually.
Ugh. I guess so. I didn't think about it like that.
Incest City. Welcome.
It doesn't hit the ear as well as Tradesman's Saddle.
It doesn't sound as nice as Tradesman's Saddle.
Karna's gonna let that rattle around everybody's brains for a while.
Everyone's just kind of like,
as we continue to follow the trail of the broken wagon.
All right, I'm gonna say you finally come across a spot that where like the wagon made like a very belabored turn into the forest. Like you could tell, like the like dirt's like just really kicked up here, and like it took a few tries, and they went to the forest, and things get a little harder to follow after that because like there's a lot more chaos in there. So I'd like for one of you, just one of you, to roll either an investigation or survival check.
survival, I got +5. Surviving. 4 plus something.
+5.
+5.
That's a 9.
I'm bad at surviving. other things.
I spent the past month building out a path where you guys potentially are able to follow this trail.
Not with that.
All of that is gone because you don't find shit. You cannot find this wagon or that whole end of the story I wrote.
Can I give you a bit of bardic inspiration to add to that?
I also have one of these guys.
If you want to spend those and also get bardic inspiration, that is something you can do.
So 9 plus 3, that's 12.
And then
if you add the 2 inspiration tokens, that is a 14.
Well, you'd have to spend them.
Are you spending them?
Yes.
Okay.
And them over.
I am inspired.
Yeah, give them to me. Boop. All right. You failed that check.
We tried. We can at least say we tried really hard.
You tried very hard.
Hold on.
And the thing is, I'm throwing away my own work.
I would like to use the help action as well, as I am keen on the forest.
You do also
and
have
the
high
area,
survival.
and I do have good survival. So go ahead and re-roll that d20, just the d20. Oh, actually, hold on. Since as an ability check, you can also re-roll the this thingy.
Is that
to get a higher number?
Also
as
reroll
well.
your bardic?
Yeah, the inspiration.
I'll let the inspiration tokens count for this as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, the 3 is still higher. So 13 plus 5, 18 plus 2 is modified 20.
Modified 20? You've made the check now.
Yay!
we get to tell that part of the story. We don't throw away all that
we
work.
made it to the story.
See, when you let people help you, Ren.
What are you trying to prove?
You shut up.
What does it look like you figuring out where the trail is going?
I'm on all fours.
With a lot of help.
I'm splayed out. I'm sniffing.
And what are you doing during that?
First of all, just like watching and seeing your method, but at the same time, I am keeping my eyes on where like the most damage to the environment is. And if they get off track, I'd be like, well, you see that branch over there looks like it got knocked over by, the caravan. You can see like a bit of fabric kind of hanging from a tree here. Like little tiny like clues that I might spot that you wouldn't see nose to the ground.
Yeah, I'm sniffing. I'm like, ooh.
Let's say you're picking up a scent. Like you can smell Beatrice, which is a very distinct. Never before have you smelled a cockatrice.
I smelled cockatrice.
And so your nose is picking up like the smell of that very unique creature that is nothing like the other creatures in this forest. And so you're able to follow that into the forest. And let me just do a quick roll here.
Smelly.
Even or odds?
Odd.
Odd.
Hey!
All right, so it's not gonna rain.
Yes.
Such a beautiful, partly cloudy day.
You guys are delving deeper into the forest. Billy's having a bit of trouble with her wagon, and she's also like having trouble stepping. Like she's used to stepping on pretty flat ground, and she's blind. So I'm actually gonna say that she might need some help getting through without spraining like one of her ankles. She's an old donkey.
Ren
So
Hemptil donkey.
I'm gonna have. Oh, you want Ren to roll?
Either
Either Ren's gonna roll or Maud's gonna roll.
I leave this up to Maud then.
I feel like I might have better rolls than Ren.
That is very possible.
Ren is NPC.
It depends on what you're asking. It depends on what you're asking for.
Just want Ren to be useful, and they
This
can't
would be
help us.
what would we call helping a donkey through a forest? We'll say this is animal handling. Maud is going to help try and
under
help Billy through the
wisdom.
forest. You want this roll to go well.
Come on.
Wait, before you roll, can we say Ren is helping for advantage?
Sure. Yeah.
Ren
Alright.
likes
Ren would want to help.
Okay,
yes.
so roll that twice. Take the higher number.
Okay, come on. I've got all my friends with me behind this roll. 18 plus 1.
You
19.
can, you can roll it again if you want. For,
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah, you can roll again. You're already doing well though.
Got a 5% chance of getting better.
Yeah.
Didn't, but 19.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 19. Yeah. No. Okay. Billy's fine. Billy does not have to be put down.
Oh no, his leg.
If Billy, an old donkey, had sprained her ankle, like
Put her down.
and you guys can't afford a veterinarian.
Thank God.
Unfortunately, you're dragging this donkey through some pretty serious shit.
Dragging her through the jungle.
Like, you don't really have many other options. You can't just leave her on the side of the road. But, like,
Through the forest.
I'm just thinking about the implications of it all. It's just unfortunate.
No, Pa, it is my donkey. I will do it.
Oh god, it's like a crossbow bolt. It ain't gonna be pretty.
What's that a reference to in universe?
Young Bluey.
Oh no!
No, not Bandit.
What, like a little children's book or something? Like,
Yes.
Dev's been reading you baby books where
Yes,
The dog gets.
young Bluey. I have very fond memories of this book.
Billy's fine. And you guys are going through the forest, and eventually you do come across the wagon, now abandoned, a couple yards away. It's inside the forest.
I'm going
Beatrice. Is Beatrice gone?
Where's Beatrice? Where's the cop?
You don't currently see Beatrice.
No.
I took Beatrice.
I would like to investigate the wagon to see if, how much of a hurry they were in, if they, had
Sure.
to leave behind some stuff.
Are you investigating from distance or up close?
Oh, I'd go up to the wagon.
Okay.
Martin will help.
All right, nat 1 on the first roll.
Okay.
So whatever I
That
roll.
help action is really going to do some work.
Yeah, help action putting in the steps here. Putting in a lot of steps. That went from a 1 to a 17.
Okay. So with the 17, you approach the wagon, and you very quickly, you know that everything's gone. It's just all gone.
All right, they were able to clear it out.
And also, you notice something near the front of the wagon. Do you want to get closer to investigate? What do you want to do?
Something with a 17. Do I get a general idea
Yeah.
that this is something that?
It's unmoving. It's completely still, but it does strike you as person shaped.
Person shaped. Okay. I would move slow, kind of cautiously towards it to make sure that it's not something that is A, going to attack me, or B, some form of trap.
Okay. As you cautiously approach it, 1 second. Most ominous thing I can do is just start grabbing at the dice.
I hate when the DM's like, 1 second. And
with 17 in investigation, you very quickly notice that the person-shaped thing is a statue
Oh,
of a person.
just kind of like left. Oh wait, picking up now.
Uh,
I'm beginning to put two and two together.
Also, with your 17 investigation, you also notice a muzzle, also made of stone, in this stone person-shaped thing's hand.
I just like lean in. Look on their face. I'm guessing is of abject horror. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
Beatrice is free.
What?
Shit.
What do you mean?
Beatrice, the cockatrice. She's free, wandering the woods, possibly even the road. This man is dead.
Can all of you roll perception for me, real quick?
18.
19.
16.
16. Okay. At the announcement of Beatrice is free, all of you look around and notice glowing, fiery eyes in the forest looking directly at you.
There she is.
Roll initiative.
Shirts, 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 shirts.
Beatrice the cockatrice appears from the forest, feathers flying,
Christ.
launching herself at you. Karna, you are first on the initiative order.
For my action, I am going to attempt essentially kind of like an appeasement, like an animal handling. Whoa, 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 whoa! It's okay, girl. It's okay.
Okay.
Like I'm a relatively familiar face.
I'll
at this
absolutely
point.
let you do that.
And I'm going to attempt to halt the beast's charge. Poorly. Very poorly. The natural 1. Thank you.
After getting that natural 1, she will roll with advantage on her next attack against you.
That's fine.
That's why I want to give you 2.
Which is why, for my movement, I am going to maneuver
Okay.
to essentially go over the driver's seat to the opposite side of the wagon as the bird, as it is not slowing down.
You have a lot of movement, so you absolutely can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to put the wagon between myself and the cockatrice.
Okay.
Because she's pissed.
Can
And
you-
I probably made it worse.
Can you roll athletics or acrobatics for me, just to make sure you do that well?
Sure. Acrobatics is a 19.
Okay. Then yeah, you do that.
Easy
great.
girl, easy girl. Oh boy. Flip.
Yeah, you just bounce. You fucking bounce around like Yoda fighting Count Dooku.
I do a flip onto the seat and then a flip off.
Absolutely, you do it in the coolest way possible.
I kind of like duck down behind the wagon. I'm out of ideas.
Maud, that makes it your turn next.
Maud's gonna hit the cock with a sword.
You're allowed to attack.
14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
She's a nimble cock.
You still have your movement and a bonus action.
Okay, yeah, disengage then.
Okay, yeah, you can disengage
And run.
I would like to do that.
okay.
I'll go to where Karna is and be like, I am out of ideas. Also, that was hard. I don't
This
know.
is scary.
Fuck.
Turn us into stone with a bite.
I don't like that.
Don't like it at all.
Go, Martin.
No.
Shiza.
1 second. Let me say. Oh wait, yes, actually, it is Martin's turn.
Oh, wow, she really
Beatrice
did roll
rolled
bad.
very badly.
Oh,
Beatrice
cool.
rolled a 2 on initiative.
All right.
Wow, all right.
Martin will take a very big risk here. He'll put his sword still in his shield, but he'll take his free hand and actually pinch right below his jaw. And his jaw just kind of dislodges for a moment as he casts Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Beatrice the cockatrice, and there's like a warble in his voice as he's saying it. We bear you no ill will, but if you fight us, we'll be forced to kill you.
Okay. Would you like to roll persuasion for that?
Yes. Oh, natural 20.
Hey.
A total of 24.
Fight's over.
Hey!
Beatrice stops and says,
I recognize you from before.
I apologize that we let you get taken.
Apology accepted.
Is it okay to come out?
I think so.
I raise my head up over the seat of the wagon. Wave.
You look tasty. That one looks tasty too.
She gestures towards Billy.
Do you seek to return back to those who controlled you, or would you rather be free? Then you may be free.
I know.
She grabs the stone statue of the muzzled man and just picks it up and starts
Before you
walking
go,
away.
where did they take the stuff in the wagon? Did you see where they took the stuff you were carrying in the wagon?
She like sort of
Thank
gestures
you.
in her direction.
Okay, I think I overstayed my welcome with her. Let's just go. Let her go.
She walks away.
I'm just watching and smiling as both of you are like gutturally clicking and squawking at each other.
The man succeeds in his saving throw to become unpetrified in this moment.
Oh, that poor fool.
Just into the forest, fading away.
Oh no.
Choose your battles. Choose your battles.
So sad.
Ren just is like pale. Just, oh, I knew that guy.
That could have been you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks for stabbing me.
You were rather stabbed than stoned, bitch.
Better stabbed than stoned.
Karna's conflicted by watching a man get dragged off and screaming and being eaten.
But do you want to fight Beatrice about it?
I don't think I'm going to be able to. I do not think I can convince her to not kill us or try to kill us if we stab her.
This is
Martin
nature.
just single-handedly saved you guys from a pretty difficult fight.
This is nature being nature, and Karna has probably seen somebody being eaten before. In fact, I came up with an anecdote earlier that yes, he has. So
You guys know a concrete direction that they
Concrete.
because stoning.
Yeah.
I'll kill you. Maud, if you were to look in that direction, I'd say without rolling, you actually do see like the grass is more trampled and
So it looked like they met here on foot and carried the stuff by foot.
yeah, you can't tell whether or not they intended to meet here or not. Like if this was always going to be where they met, but you know that there was enough people here to take stuff away.
I get on all fours and I sniff the trail.
With a general survival check, would I be able to gauge whether there was like a crew of people kind of waiting here, you know, like discarded, like pipe ash, things like that, just kind
That'd
of around
have
the
to
area?
be a high roll, but you can try for it.
Hold on.
That is a modified 20.
Okay. With a modified 20, I'd say yes. You saw there were people already waiting here.
Yeah, this was the meeting spot, and it
Yeah.
looked like they were all just kind of like waiting around on foot.
Yeah.
Does my survival check give me a general idea of how many people were waiting?
Yeah, you know that it was at least 5.
Are there any like wheel grooves on the ground, like if they had any hand carts with them?
No. As far as you can tell,
all on
it's
foot.
all footsteps.
So they might still be moving rather slow, given that they have to travel by foot. On our travels, as we do travel down this path, I am going to be keeping my eye out for any bits and bobs that might have spilled out from either the bags or boxes that they'd be carrying by hand.
As you go along, let me just roll this again. Why not? It's raining now.
Fuck.
I just want to change up the scenery.
Yeah,
a
no,
bit.
I like that effect.
I throw my hood up.
Yeah. So yeah, so it gets darker, it starts raining. That does make it a little harder for Billy, but like not in a way that's going. I'm not going to make you roll again.
Maud does not like being.
Well, it's happening. Billy's definitely not enjoying
Oh.
trudging through mud and now.
So I can speak to Billy. Has Billy just like said anything?
Billy screamed a lot when Beatrice was there. I
fair
could
enough.
have been covering that, but I feel like that's implied.
Well, just in case, you know, because there was already some context because Billy was dropping
you-
that Maud wasn't picking up.
If you'd like to speak to Billy, you can.
She just screams, you know. I do not.
I got that. You know, I'd ask Maud like how long she has been serving Ren's family.
Ooh, forever.
Have you seen anyone strange talk to Ren in the past week or so?
Interesting
I
choice of words.
see Blob.
Oh, that's right. Blind too.
I see scary smudges and some familiar smudges. You are now familiar smudge.
Did you see scary smudges a week ago?
I saw scary smudges this morning.
It would have been very dark like 6 times before.
Very dark, like 6 times.
You sleep. You would have fallen asleep 6 times.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm really barking up the wrong tree here.
We don't have many deep conversations.
I can tell. Never mind. Just let us.
Wet.
Yeah.
You're so good,
Wet
Billy.
bad.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Billy. You were so helpful.
So many other D&D talk to animal things make the animals way smarter than I think they should be. So.
Karna just walking along, listening to people braying at the donkey as the donkey brays back.
on.
Ren's just like, you can do it too?
Only for a little bit.
Oh, well, that makes it different then. As you walk in this direction, it's a pretty straight path, and it doesn't take too long to come across a interesting sight. A giant, basically stone statue, about 20 to 30 feet high. Its arms curve around to create a sort of wall. No gate, but a nice big stone wall, and it looks very old, ancient. Within the wall, some other buildings that look much newer, more recently built, as in recently being like, for you've seen this building before. You've been across down this road.
I've seen the giant statue before.
Yeah, but you haven't seen those buildings before. So they've been built in the past like 50 years or so. You don't know where the path leads right now, like relative to this building, but you know it led directly here.
Could we roll a survival check to see if the foot traffic
Sure,
carrying
but
the
it is
boxes?
raining now, so do it with disadvantage.
Sure. Actually, Mod, you're the tracker. Karna would help you, so you could just do like a regular roll.
Yeah,
Taking away the disadvantage.
Just a single roll.
Wow.
That was
It's
a
4
4.
plus 5, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not going to do it. You can't find where the path leads here. You just know this was where it was leading.
On foot, how long would it take to get to Port Tarif from here?
Probably another 3 hours.
If I were them traveling on foot, and they were carrying boxes and boxes of heavy bits of jewelry, scrap metal, and things of that ilk, I might stop here to try to sort through what I have in order to decide what's worth taking to Port Tarif and what's worth just selling off at maybe a local fence.
I tend to agree, but what is this place?
Do I have any historical significance to the statue?
You can do a religion or a history check.
They are both the same, I think. So I may as well go with whichever comes up here. That is 18 for history.
So this statue is a depiction of some sort of ancient spirit, and you know the spirit symbolizes rebirth, like a sort of the cycle of growth and decay that's never ending.
Well, there was a group of your people a long, long time ago that built this place in reverence of this ancient being that they recognized as a symbol of rebirth, and they built this in honor of it. It seemed to hold some spiritual significance to them at the time, but it's grown relatively abandoned until, I guess, the last few decades when people decided to build a... Would you describe this as kind of like a small township inside? Like, how many buildings are in there?
You definitely pick up on that. The buildings inside the wall are the Pontificate of Bastion, the sort of dominating religion of humans.
So as we get close, and it seems that they started to build, and my eyes would just kind of like stick to the Pontificate symbols. Oh dear.
Hearing the Pontificate of Bastion, Maud, you're aware that there is a Pontificate. Deb and Arn have probably discussed it around you before. Neither of them are big fans because they see it as a sort of encroaching force that is kind of attempting to displace their local customs and their local culture. That's how they see it.
I think that's also how Maud would feel about it.
Humans just like to build big things.
You'd notice as we like kind of get closer and I notice these religious symbols, I would probably take my travel cloak and kind of like wrap it around my neck a little bit, turning it into more of a scarf than a cloak, even if it lets the water hit my back a little bit more.
Martin, how are you reacting to approaching this building?
As Martin noticed the symbols, he, being a man who knows faiths, he would have kind of just said out loud, out of curiosity, why would thieves come to an abbey of all places?
Oh, you'd be surprised what hides within the Pontificate.
Do you mean the pontificate may have been behind the theft?
I'm saying I'm not entirely sure how many of them are truly devout to their religion and how many of them are simply playing a role.
Oh, then perhaps we can find out which is which.
Out of the rain. Oh,
That-
preferably.
Wet.
Billy's wet.
Yes, let's go.
Are there any like people out and about here?
It is raining, so a lot of folks are huddling inside at the moment. So you don't see much. You do see there are candles lit inside the building. It's gotten a bit dark. Nothing terribly to notice at the moment, other than there are people inside.
Can I give just kind of a general survival check to see what sort of foot traffic's been moving through the middle of this place? Now that especially there's like mud on the ground.
Sure, that will be rough, but
24.
that doesn't make it.
26.
That does make it. Yes. With a 26, then you could tell it seems to be normal foot traffic. No like direct lines anywhere. No sort of
No
marching.
particularly heavy footfalls from
Yeah.
people carrying heavy
And you definitely don't notice any footsteps coming from the forest onto the path into the walls.
I don't think those that we are pursuing have been here.
Interesting that they would come so close then.
Has anybody noticed us?
You do see a woman. A woman opens the door. She has like long platinum hair coming down over her shoulders. She opens one of the, not very sturdy, like not even, there's no locks on the wooden doors, and just says, "Hello, would you like to come inside out of the rain?"
I look to the rest of you. How are you reacting to this person?
I'm fine. I want to get out of the rain. we could. We should.
Abandon our quest and just go in.
Well,
Just for a
it seems
bit.
like the trail has gone cold, and you cannot see where they left if they did not come in here.
Might as well wait until it is done raining. Billy will be happy. You know.
The donkey has been braying a lot, and I've long since not understood what it's. I could guess what it's been saying.
You do see a stable. It has some cover for in case it rains and whatnot. So Billy can easily go there. But I don't want the stinky donkey inside.
Then I'd plaster a smile on my face. We'd love to escape this weather for a while, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, come in. As you guys enter the building, you see this youngish, like early to mid 30s woman. Like I said, platinum blonde hair, just sort of drooping over her shoulders, bright yellow eyes.
Bright yellow, you say?
Yes.
Are they in any way glowing? Like, do they
Yes.
seem luminescent?
Yes. Would you like to roll a religion check real quick to understand?
I am all the more wary. And yes. 15?
So with a 15, you definitely know that this is this is not unique to her. Most people of a higher station, even just not even significantly higher, just higher than the lowest rung, have yellow eyes. With the 15, you don't know why, but you do know that is a common trait among people of import in the pontificate.
And I'm guessing that she is wearing a particular, like, maybe not necessarily like honorary robes, as this is more of a casual situation for her, I'm guessing, but she is wearing more religious regalia.
Yeah, all pontificate clerics wear red and black robes with gold embroidery sewn in. They also do carry a small mace with them, just some sort of weapon. It's a fairly militarized religion.
All right. Karna would make his way inside. You will notice that in terms of his behavior, he does tend to keep his back to a wall.
You two would definitely, no roll necessary, notice how this man who's been outgoing the entire time, including to enemies, suddenly retreating inward.
I am much more quiet, but I am putting on the facade of just being tired. Mm-hmm. I'd like to give kind of like a general insight check on this woman.
Absolutely.
She seems friendly and helpful, but just trying to discern any ulterior motive. The pontificate, are they usually friendly to non-human races? I mean, obviously some are, because, you know, there is no standard, like nobody is an obelisk, but...
There is no active policy of exclusion on the books or anything, but many humans within the pontificate who earnestly believe in the pontificate are extremely suspicious of non-humans.
All right, my insight is 13.
Okay. You're not getting any sort of bad vibes from this woman. This woman doesn't seem to regard you in any ill way. Not in a way you would notice.
Right. But yeah, I'm just kind of like keeping a passive eye and just kind of like being quiet to myself.
You also notice she treats Maud entirely respectfully, not a hint of being like or anything.
Racism.
Yeah, like she doesn't seem unused to dealing with non-human people. Bare minimum.
If you believe they did not even come here, then I guess I shouldn't bother asking, but have many people come in to seek shelter from the rain? We were following a group of people.
No, not that I can think of. Just you. Which, why? You're allowed to be here. You're not doing anything wrong, but we aren't visited very often. So I'm just interested in what your business may be.
We were on our way to Port Tarif on some business. There was a bit of an incident on the road. We just looking to catch up with some old friends.
An incident?
Oh yes, a bit of a wagon wreck, actually.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Is everyone okay?
For the most part, we just need to catch up with those that we got away from.
Oh well, yeah. No one has arrived here. Not to my knowledge.
Well, then they must safely still be on foot.
Yes, then that means the goods are most likely still on the way to Port Arif.
Also, fair warning. There may or may not be a cockatrice on the loose out there in the woods nearby.
I'm sorry?
Yes, a cockatrice.
She's only a little murdery, so that is good.
Seems to be territorial.
Okay, well, okay. We can't have a cockatrice running around willy-nilly when we have children around.
If I recall correctly, I rolled fairly well in my nature check on knowing what a cockatrice was. Do I know that they, like, once they nest, they get fairly territorial?
You do know at the very least that cockatrices cannot procreate. They are an abomination.
Good news! Only one!
They are a synthetic being, so they cannot procreate. So you have that going for you at least.
Either way, it's a territorial creature that will attack anything it deems as food.
How did this happen?
We just ran into the cockatrice when we were trying to find our companions. How it got there.
Someone let a cockatrice loose in the forest.
And it wasn't us.
Well, you're free to stay here until the rain passes if you like.
How late in the day is it?
Sun is starting to set, but the clouds are kind of covering it right now.
We might want to consider taking shelter for the night.
You're of course welcome to stay here if you'd like. We have some spare cots available. We would of course also offer you a meal, and no charge or anything like that. We're not an inn or a tavern. This is a place of charity.
Much appreciated.
Of course. It is no trouble. We don't get guests often, so the children will be very excited.
Do they stay here? Is this...
Oh, yes.
This is an orphanage?
Yeah, oh, yes. It is an abbey and an orphanage.
Do we hear, like, kind of the din of children playing in another room somewhere, or...?
They would be across the way in one of the larger buildings.
Okay, so they aren't in this building in particular.
No. You're currently in like what looks like almost a sort of private office / living area for the abbess who runs the abbey.
Okay. Well, where should we set up then?
Of course. Let me show you. And she just pulls her hood over her head and takes you to the largest building in the sort of square inside the walls, which is not where the children are staying currently, but a sort of more. Like a chapel-looking area. Takes you in. You see pews, an area for someone to speak, and a bronze statue of like a great tree in the far back, just spreading around and very very ornately designed. Probably the most expensive-looking thing you've seen here so far.
Right.
She takes you through there and to a area off to the side, which has a sort of long room with cots for any sort of adult visitor who's come to the abbey.
Right. Yeah, I'd set my stuff down at the foot of one of the cots. This is lovely. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Of course, no trouble. Supper will actually be served fairly shortly, and I can send someone to come fetch for you when it's ready.
Please do.
Of course.
That would be wonderful.
And she just sort of walks off.
All right. I sit like slowly easing out of my discomfort in the area. Like, I have no general suspicions of our hosts. So,
Okay. Ren is also here, and he's just been very quiet, not saying anything.
Martin would kind of set up shop by one of the windows, just looking out at the rain, and just say out loud, "Is our only lead the Jack of Aces in the city at this point?"
at the very least, that does seem to be where the path is leading. He, or his organization at the very least, would have the most answers.
How much do you know about him?
He's a stoic sort, bit of a shrewd businessman. Though I can't say I know terribly much about his operation in general. I do know that he owns, or at least back when I knew him, operated the Lucky Break out of Port Tariff. I played there for several months, moons and moons, until things just got a little too binding, so to speak, so I made my way onto my next adventure.
Was he dabbling in magic when you were working with him?
Oh, he has a very shrewd mind when it comes to contracts and the such. I imagine that over the years he just started applying it more and more into the realms of the arcane, or maybe even beyond.
Martin looks back at Ren. Any thoughts?
Everything I knew stopped at the place where we saw the cockatrice. That was meeting there is what I knew. Everything else after this, I don't know. I don't know shit.
Yes, when it comes to the Jack of Aces himself, I never quite got a good read on him. He's shrewd, stoic, but he knows good music when he hears it.
And how long ago did you work with him?
70 years?
70 years and
Maybe 80.
Did you see him? Was he human?
Oh, he's an elf.
That explains a lot.
So you guys just wait till mealtime?
Yeah, let's just vibe.
Okay.
Maud finds a little space, like we've all picked out our little areas, and she finds a space and like does a little cat walk around.
Is it a cot or is it a place on the floor?
Ooh, I think the floor. I think she likes a cot, but I think she's more comfortable sometimes on the floor.
Okay.
Would spend his time just kind of like tuning his equipment. Probably spend a little bit of time with Sunder and the new piece that I have. Just
Okay. How do you spend time with Sunder?
after like traveling and staying with Delamere for a while, I'd probably talk to it the same way that she did, like hum little tunes that she would hum to it,
Okay.
and speak softly, just like, no, I'm gonna make you whole someday.
Can you roll? I'll give you a choice. Either Arcana or Insight.
Insight is higher. 16?
16? Okay. You hear what feels like a whisper in your brain for a moment. You can't make out the words, but you get something.
I let the moment, like, I kind of like linger in the moment, just kind of like feel the little hum that like shimmies over my consciousness.
As you linger in it, you sort of get a feeling like wash over you where you're not getting the words yet, but you are getting a feeling, and that feeling is frustration. Just you're not feeling frustrated, but you're getting a wave of frustration almost at you.
So that Karna would just slowly like sheath the dagger, kind of sit for a moment in contemplation, and he'd start humming just a few bars.
I think Maud is just kind of waiting for time to pass and doesn't want to talk to Ren.
He doesn't seem super
you
chatty.
and Ren like outright just face different directions
Yeah.
in the room. Like he's on his own cot, just sort of facing a different direction than you.
Yeah, like we've said all we're gonna say.
He just sort of mindlessly picks up like a book that's on the end table, realizes it's all just religious stuff, and just puts it back down.
When Martin grows tired of a rainy courtyard view, he'll go over to a cot and kind of look through his bag, eventually pulling out a small like pocket-sized notebook, and he'll just like jot down a couple of things.
Okay.
Oh, and Maud will also like under her breath kind of repeat to herself, chocolate, Okay. Laughing.
Good. After a little while, you hear a little some pitter patter coming up to your room, and then a tiny little, looks to be 6-year-old elf girl with sort of pink pastel skin, dirty blonde hair, and like some horns that looks like just sort of barely peeking out of her head with small little violet buds in it. And she's like, hi, hello,
Hello, little fey child.
it's time to eat. And she just pitter patters away.
Shall we?
Martin tucks the notebook into his chest plate. I think we shall.
You'll head to the dining hall as you enter. The smell wafts over you of like just a nice hearty beef stew. They also set out some bread as well. And you see 8 children on their own little kid table, and 3 other religious figures, including the abbess that you haven't gotten the full name of yet, sitting at their own table dining and gesturing for you to join them.
My discomfort has kind of assuaged after a while, especially after seeing an elf child here. So I would stroll over and take a nice seat near the abbess.
Okay.
Martin, no hesitation, just goes over.
Maud's following behind these two.
Okay. Ren also goes wherever you guys are going.
What would you say, like, now that I'm seeing, the children, what is the, kind of makeup of them? I know that there's at least one elf girl.
They're all human except for her.
Okay.
She is the only elf among them.
I'm going to give an insight check just to see how that child is interacting with the rest of the human children in this abbey. 15.
She's not much. She's not completely separated, but she is like sort of either by her own choice or just through social dynamics. Like
Sits in the corner.
Sits at the end of the table a bit more from the rest.
And, the conversations are going on around her, basically.
And like when you think back, you also recognize how she seemed kind of afraid to talk to you guys. But she does look at you too, with interest. Maud and Karna.
I would give a smile and a friend. I would give a smile and a friendly wave. Can I give like a persuasion at that?
Sure, yeah.
21.
She smiles back, a very genuine smile. She also, being spurred on by that, looks at Maud and smiles at Maud and kind of waves.
Maud tries to smile and waves back.
Can you roll persuasion or performance?
Ooh, yeah, performance. She's
much-
masking. She's masking hard.
How much fang is this smile?
But
Oh no. It's a 3.
Plus?
you
0.
you have a very terrifying Cheshire cat smile with sharp teeth. She gasps and goes back to eating her.
Karna would dig into the soup, kind of eating around the chunks of beef, maybe offering the beef in his soup to Maud or Martin, depending on who wants more beef. I typically will stick to the broth,
There's potatoes, carrots.
tomato.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd stick to the veg, the broth, and the bread.
Yeah, they make sure the meal has everything a kid might need.
How, is the soup good?
Let me check.
Roll for cooking.
Is the soup good? It's a 2.
It's fine.
It doesn't taste bad. It's worse.
just it's just-
extremely bland. It's not salted. There's like the beef is like gray.
The beef is overcooked and mealy.
Like the beef just looks
Might be
badly
worse.
boiled. The vegetables were reaching the end of their life. They had to get this done. That's why they're encouraging you to eat as much as possible.
the cabbage is all
It was
wilty.
going bad. They expected to be more full up than this.
I have eaten worse.
It's
Farms
aggressively bland.
Got all the Cullen Farms worst stock.
Do you think Maud cares that it's aggressively bland? Do you think Maud has like much of an appreciation?
Yeah, no, I think Maud is very appreciative of it. She doesn't super give a shit. Because, like, when she ate with her family, it was just bland. But
Yeah,
eating with-
you guys weren't big on salt, probably. You're usually just
Yeah.
putting stuff over a fire.
Yeah.
It's probably half burnt.
Exactly, yeah.
So this is
and-
a pretty good meal to you.
Charred
Yeah.
meat and no seasoning.
You thought you were going to be eating cheese and bread.
Right, so this is great.
Karna eats ass recreationally, so this is fine.
Martin
Ass and no grass.
scarfs down whatever's put in front of him without any word of complaint or praise.
Okay.
And if it looks like there's food remaining and others aren't taking it, he'll take it.
Okay. The 3 clerics who are there with you. They make some light conversation about just the weather being bad. They like very boring. It's like suburban white people small talk where it's like they're not saying anything.
I love having conversations with you.
You do pick up in their discussions that the abbess is named Abbess Wit,
Abbess Whit.
and then she has two lower ranked friars with her, Brother Edmund and Sister Chris.
But I would pipe in as like their conversation is dull.
Their conversation is as bland as the stew.
So these little ones, how do they come about getting into your care?
Oh, well, all sorts of reasons. Sometimes they are orphans from conflict. Sometimes there was just a disease and it unfortunately wiped out the living members of their family. Sometimes they're lost children and we just don't know where they belong, so we have to take them in.
What of the little one on the end there? She's,
Oh, Violet. Violet. It's a very difficult subject. She's been here her whole life. She was left here when she was very young. Elves are not born in a way that we consider conventional. They are almost always born to two fully human parents. We don't know exactly how or why someone is born an elf, but they are always born from human parents. They are human, as well as part fae, essentially. And some parents of elves, they feel that they have their real child has been stolen. They will pejoratively call these children changelings. They are not. That is incorrect.
I take odd note of that, especially given her religion that, like, most of them are probably the ones that spread that kind of propaganda.
It's been that sort of rumor has been around long before the
Long
church.
before, but I'm guessing that there are many in the hierarchy of that church that...
Oh, there are definitely some. She's probably a bit more open-minded than others.
Yeah.
You know that much. But
She's an ally.
This is a belief that's been held long before this religion even existed.
Yeah. Seems rather shy. Do the other children not play with her very often, or does she just stick to her own?
The children have been known to treat her differently. I've been trying to discourage that sort of behavior, but every time a new child comes in, and you have to teach that lesson again, and I think it has unfortunately taken its toll. She's a bit of an introvert now. She was a lot more outgoing earlier on, but she unlearned that, unfortunately.
Children can be cruel.
Yes, and it's my job to teach them not to be, and teach them to serve the pontificate well.
What is the usual time frame that children stay here for?
Some come and go. Some get transferred. If they show great potential, they get transferred to a location that is more suited to fostering their abilities, their talents. If they're very, very lucky and very talented, they get sent to the capital city of Vitega, all the way down south.
With such a rainy evening, I'm imagining the children won't really be able to go out and play. Would I be able to perchance help alleviate them of some energy with a bit of a performance?
Oh, of course. If you the children don't get entertainment very often, so that would be lovely.
Well, I would love to. I am going to have the children perform a play.
Oh, you're gonna coach them and
Yes,
participate. Okay.
I'm going to essentially narrate a play, and I'm going to look for volunteers, but I'm going to try to
like an
get Violet.
improvisational performance.
Get Violet to come out of her shell a little bit by having her be more of like a main character, like some like fairly simple story. Also, I'm also going to bring you two into this.
Sick.
You two are going to be playing the role of a couple of brigands, essentially a highway robber.
Nasty knaves.
Highway robbers, basically.
Rob the
Okay.
children.
Yeah.
So
and
before you do that, can
yeah.
you just roll a quick insight check?
I can do that. Quick insight check. A 17.
Okay. With a 17, you're aware that like this could help, or this could be devastating to her.
Yep.
So you at least know that you need to tread carefully here.
First performance check to kind of get their attention and have some fun. Modified 20.
These kids rolled a 2. They're so fucking bored, and the stew is so fucking bland. they are racked with attention immediately.
All right.
They've been inside in the rain. They're so
actually before I do this, I am going to ritual cast, which means I don't burn a spell slot for it. Unseen Servant. So I'm going to have this invisible entity kind of like moving around, doing like little effects and things like that, like waving fabrics and things to simulate certain aspects of the performance to kind of give it a little bit of oomph.
Okay.
Enhancer, you might say.
I'm enhancing my performance with an invisible, with essentially my muse.
I will say, you do know, you know this without any rolling, that this church is incredibly anti-magic.
I'm going to test the limits of their tolerance.
Okay. Words said by a person making good decisions.
I'm about to see how well Sister Chris and Brother Edmund fight.
We're gonna get kicked out in the rain.
You went to the GOP National Convention and started making out.
Now, who would like to help protect me, the wandering minstrel from brigands? And I kind of like play like a, just kind of like a, as you two like walk out. Can they roll performance checks to see how angry they look?
Roll performance checks. You can roll with disadvantage if you want your character to roll badly, but
I got an 18. I just want to go like.
I mean, you're good at being intimidating.
I'm good.
7.
You are not.
You're in the
intimidating.
background. You're the back row. You're the back row
I'm just
brigand.
standing there.
Luckily, you look intimidating, so that'll be, hopefully that plays it.
So you just spy from the corner of your eye. Just Ren just sort of going to the kitchen real quick, having a short conversation with somebody, and then walking out with a carrot.
To go feed Billy.
Yeah.
I forgot Billy.
Well, Ren didn't.
Oh, good.
So as Ren walks into the kitchen, Martin immediately just goes, and he walks out with the carrot. Martin just slowly looks back away.
I'm going to be like sort of like dancing around, evading like fake attacks from them, and then I'd have the children come in and essentially give me aid, and I'm going to try to play it up to the point that Violet is the one that is essentially like, doing like the most help here. Like somehow like, really trying to like get her into the performance and stuff.
Yeah. Roll another performance check.
Shabam! 23? Yes, 23.
You find out kids are hyped. They're excited to participate. Like you see, like it's me. Violet is not one of those kids, but kind of looks up in a way that kind of tells you that part of her would like to participate, but she does not feel confident enough to raise her hand.
All right, well, I just kind of like start selecting them one after the other, and as like more of them kind of like join in on this performance, I do like very simple melodies and stuff for them to like sing along with and start getting them out of their shell. I'd play out this performance, kind of a subtle mockery almost of my first meeting with Delamere almost.
Okay.
All this time, my unseen servant would be, just kind of like manipulating props as if like arrows are flying through the air. In this case, they'd be like, spoons. I'd essentially play out this whole performance, just trying to like help get Violet a little bit more out of her shell, playing with the other children while they mock beating up my 2 new companions.
Can you roll another performance check real quick?
I absolutely will. That's another 15 on the dice. That's another 23.
Okay. Some of the kids are actually kicking them in the shins. They're a little too into it.
They probably can't break your AC, so.
It hurts, but you're not damaged.
I have to roll a con save just not reflexively kick back. Okay, 18. Yeah, no.
Okay,
I just
you
stand
hold
there
back, and Abbaswood does speak. Okay, children, let's play nice. And I would like you to roll one more check.
Sure.
Roll a persuasion check to see how charmed the religious people are, and you're gonna roll with disadvantage.
Sure thing.
Oh boy.
Persuasion. Rolled a 19 and a 17, so that was really good for me. That's a 25.
So while they do perk up a bit at the things that look magical, they've decided not to act on it.
And as our heroes stand triumphant, you two lying on the ground, defeated.
Lights out. Oh no.
They turn to their audience and they take a bow. I gesture towards the table of the religious figures, the abbess, the sister, and the brother.
The kids do, and I'm gonna roll to see how Violet did, and we'll see.
Stephan, no. Stephan, no.
Can I give her advantage because I have purposely been assisting her?
Sure, because she rolled a nat 1.
Good.
I knew it. I knew from your face it was a nat 1.
The kids ended up kicking her in the shins too.
Now it's a 9.
But she was part of the group activity.
She was part of a group activity. It didn't negate that. Like,
We didn't make her reputation worse.
But she just didn't like excel.
She
or
didn't stab
and
anybody.
she didn't have an accident on stage or do so well that all the kids think she's the coolest person now.
Yeah, because if it wasn't nat 1, it probably would just piss or something.
It would have been a bodily malfunction that would have been extremely embarrassing. So you saved her from that.
Not my shoes.
They all politely applaud. I was applauds louder and good, wonderful, so good.
You did so well.
That's nearing
Yes.
patronizing.
You entertain the children. Abbaswit is not calling you on the magic thing. She's just sort of turning a blind eye to that. You might get the feeling that you're definitely leaving tomorrow.
Had no intention of staying.
Yeah, so
That works for me.
Ren comes back in from the rain, carrot no longer in hand.
I would, having tempted fate enough, just kind of like go off by myself with my unseen servant in tow.
Are you all just heading back to your little sleeping quarters?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. That gives you guys a long rest. You have all your spell slots back.
Oh, thank God.
Next morning you wake up. You see some of the children are peering in.
Can I make a performance check to kind of crack my eye and pretend to stay sleeping and then just kind of do a kip up out of bed?
Sure, yeah.
21. Good morning! I jump up out
Yeah,
of bed.
they all laugh and giggle. One
And-
outright squeals and they run off.
That would probably wake the rest of you up.
Ren yells as the kids are running like, fuck! I mean, darn.
Good catch.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, many things.
Abbaswit actually approaches you after you wake up, looking a little concerned.
I had a thought, and so I just asked the children if you were asking if anyone had been seen near the abbey, and that got me thinking. So I asked the children as they were going to bed if anyone had saw anything, and they had. Dirk had seen something, and he informed me that he saw strange men around the northwest side of the abbey. I thought you should know, especially with this cockatrice business, and strange figures. They were all dressed the same.
Well, then we'll start by looking there. Perhaps we can reconnect with them and see where they might have lost themselves.
On our way out, I do give the abbess 20 bits. Alms for the children.
Well, thank you. It's very appreciated. We will put it to good use.
I am going to give them 21.
I was gonna say that was on Martin's way out. Whatever. I'll let you one up me. It's fun.
Yeah, you do it on your way out, and she looks back and just
And then
goes
Mon
back.
just
Mon just sort of.
And eye contact.
Karna would give them nothing, but if he sees Violet on his way out, he would give another smile and a wave.
So you guys head out. The dirt's still it's not fully muddy, but it still makes an imprint, and you still have to kind of unstick your feet a bit as you walk around, and you guys make your way towards the base of the giant statue.
And we can leave Billy where she is.
I mean, you're not leaving. So,
We're coming back.
So you guys want to investigate? Who wants to?
Would we also be leaving Ren there, or do we not trust him on his own?
He's going with you.
Okay, cool.
Martin does not
He
trust him on
can't
his
help.
own.
But he's going with you.
Does Ren have a weapon?
He was carrying a dagger with
Not
him. If you guys
anymore.
didn't, yeah.
Martin would not let him
So
keep it.
add a dagger to your inventory then if you want.
Investigation, you says?
Yeah. Do you want to do it, or should someone else do it?
Martin will help because he's curious about what they were doing.
wanna get the
with
help
boxes.
action? Okay.
Yeah.
And I will watch. I am Plastillo.
15.
As you go out there, even after the rain and stuff, there was some taller grass back there, and there's a very clear imprint in the taller grass of a path having been walked. That sort of ends kind of in the center of the base of the statue.
So it leads to the statue and stops.
It does.
Interesting. I wander over to the statue and I just kind of like start feeling the edges of it, like feeling the stone of it, trying to feel for any sort of illusory wall or maybe like a switch or something.
Edge the wall a bit.
I'm
Let's.
edging.
I guess since you said you're doing it, roll a perception check.
Perception.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
I see.
You find it. You find seams of a doorway that you're able to sort of push in. Roll strength for that.
Well, is the panel big enough that two people could push?
I'd say even just roll two separate and we'll put them together. Like
Okay.
you're putting your strength together.
Mine
so
can't help, right?
You could if you wanted. If you want to push two,
I will help.
you can all push. And
Go.
maybe it's a high DC. It's a stone door.
Well, I got a 14.
9.
7.
That's exactly 30, and that's a pretty high DC. I'll say you definitely get through. Like 30 is nearly impossible. Working together, you guys are able to push this stone door in and reveal a set of stone stairs leading downwards into just darkness. You have a panic attack.
Oh no.
Martin will try to charge in and
Charge in.
charge on the guy that opened the door. Catch it in my side. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna go take a shit.